Welcome back to MMO Madness Behind the Troll Mask, where we rip open the loot bag of MMO culture and see what's inside. Usually a lot of trash, occasionally an epic, and sometimes a cursed item that'll haunt you for the rest of your sub. I'm your host, Boss Mode, and today we're not going to the raid, we're not defending the guild hall, and we're not farming mats. Nope, we're heading to the war zone, trade chat. That little scrolling text box in the corner of your screen was supposed to be for WTS, Runecloth, 2G a stack, or LF, tank for UBRS. But somewhere along the way, it became a digital thunderstorm. A lawless land where wit, sarcasm, and weaponized dad jokes could inflict more damage than a crit from Ragnar's. Today we're breaking down how trade chat went from marketplace to mayhem. The strategies, the famous battles, the casualties, and yes, the trolls who ruled it like a personal kingdom. Back in the early days of MMOs like EverQuest and Ultima Online, trade chat wasn't even global. It was literally you standing in a town square, spamming selling fine steel longsword until your fingers went numb. But then the developers made a fatal mistake. They gave us global chat channels. Suddenly you could broadcast your message to the entire server without even moving from your fishing spot. And just like that, the trolls saw opportunity. At first it was harmless. LF, Enchanter, PST. Selling frost-resistant potions. Buying all your copper ore. We'll pay extra if you deliver to bank. But slowly the lines blurred. A bored mage would toss a Chuck Norris one-shots and Nexia joke. Someone else would respond with, Norris can't even get past Hogger. And just like that, the market was closed. The comedy club had opened. Trade chat has always been a battle for attention. The more players on the server, the harder you had to hit with your text to stand out. Some players became legends for their ability to dominate it. Goldbeard in WoW, who spoke entirely in pirate roleplay and somehow still sold more mats than the auction house. Shade Whisper in Guild War 2s, who would post fake patch notes midday just to watch the confusion spiral. Then there was Spammerai in FF14, who claimed to be selling slightly used carbuncles and would narrate a fake bidding war with himself. These people didn't just post in trade chat, they ruled it. They understood the psychology. You don't just advertise an item, you create a moment. That moment makes people stay, scroll, and respond, keeping your name at the top. Before long, the actual trading was a side quest, the real game, owning the chat. We can't talk about this without reliving a few infamous server-wide conflicts. The Great Barrens chat migration in WoW. Trade chat and Barrens chat had a blood feud. When Blizzard merged channels, the cultural clash was like trying to mix oil and gasoline. Chaos everywhere. Baron trolls brought their Manrik's wife spam. Trade purists fought back with WTS, lava core, spam walls. No survivors. The Stormwind roast sessions. Every Friday night on WoW server, a handful of players would set up a roast battle in trade chat. Anyone could step up. The goal? Survive 3 rounds of verbal carnage without logging out. You either won bragging rights or you logged off in shame. The EVE online market wars. EVE's trade channels weren't just text battles, they were financial warfare. Fake buy orders, misleading cargo claims, and the occasional oops scam where someone accidentally sold you a ship for 10 times its worth. Here's some real listener stories. Here's story 1, the scroll bomb. Listener Pogdruid writes, I was farming herbs in Zangermarsh, keeping half an eye on trade chat, when someone posted a wall of ASC2 art, a dragon that took up 10 lines. Then 30 seconds later, someone else posted even a bigger one. And then it just snowballed. Before long, my chat box was just scrolling dragons, swords, and inappropriate stick figures. I couldn't see whispers, party invites, nothing. We had to log off to make it stop. Here's story 2, the WTS my ex's stuff incident. Listener Crafty Rogue says, during Wrath of the Lich King, a player started selling my ex's gear in trade chat. He was auctioning off actual epic items from their shared account. The ex was in the chat trying to stop him. The GMs were trying to figure out what was happening, and meanwhile, people were placing bids like it was a Sotheby's event. Here's our last story, the troll auctioneer. Came from Mana Junkie. I once convinced an entire server that I had a mount skin that didn't exist yet. I described it in detail. Crimson scales, glowing eyes, flame tail. I set a buy now price of 250K. People whispered me nonstop for hours. The best part, the next expansion actually added a mount that looked almost exactly like my fake one. So I claimed Blizzard stole it from me. In this segment, how to survive trade chat warfare, filter like a pro. Most MMOs let you create custom tabs. Keep trade chat separate so you can ignore it mid-dungeon. Know when to mute. If ASC Art Dungeon starts showing up, it's already too late. Don't feed the trolls. They live for your reactions. Or become the troll. If you can't beat them, outpost them with your own nonsense. Trade chat is proof that you can give gamers a tool for commerce, and they'll turn it into a gladiator pit for words. Whether you were there to sell your wares, flex your wit, or just watch the chaos, one thing's for sure, it was never boring. Got a grief story or redemption arc? Email me at podcast@mmomadness.com. I'll be reading a few in the next episode. Please be sure to like, share, and hit the follow button. Boss Mode out. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Subscribe now to MMO Madness, Behind the Troll Mask, sponsored by Boss Mode Fashion, because even if your DPS is trash, your outfit doesn't have to be. Find your next respawn-ready outfit at bossmodefashion.com.